The federal government is drawing new flood maps and making homeowners buy costly insurance. Tonight, an I-team investigation why some experts say the government has got it all wrong.
All right, thanks. As you've heard, we are dealing with minor flooding today, but as we've seen over the years in West Michigan, major flooding can happen here and does. You might recall these images from September of 2008. Look at those firefighters. High waters decimated parts of Kalamazoo County and caught many people who could least afford it off guard, with no insurance and little protection because few companies offer comprehensive coverage. So recently, the federal government started redrawing flood zone maps. They require people in those zones to buy federal flood insurance. But a News Channel 3 I-team investigation found out today, experts say the new FEMA maps are flawed and could cost taxpayers millions of dollars. News Channel 3's chief investigative reporter David Bailey joining us live from Grand Rapids to tell us why people are outraged at the federal government. David.
Andy, they are. A beautiful day here along the Grand River at Riverside Park. But, boy, you can see the signs that those recent rains have caused potentially minor flooding here over the next couple of days upstream, especially in Comstock Park. Now, they know they're at risk for flooding. For others, it's not so clear in West Michigan, and many are now fighting the government with everything they have. Keith Haley's not a happy camper.
So, all I can say is that to the people in FEMA, what are you thinking? How much more do you have to do to, quote, work the people over? And I'm tired of it.
Tired of it. Tired of paying a big premium for flood insurance, mandated flood insurance. Plus, his house values plummeted. He's standing where the highest waters come up in his 47 years of living here on the banks of the Bellevue Battle Creek River, nowhere near his house. His lender told him he better get a policy, $800 a year, or the bank would call on the loan. In the most recent map put out by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, he's in the flood zone, but get this, he's always been out of it. In 2003, his lender told him he didn't have anything to worry about. Perhaps he would get hit once in 500 years, if that.
Now I have a possibility of getting hit maybe once, twice, or 3 times or so in a 30-year deal. But I've been living here for 47 years. I don't understand their logic.
Haley is challenging the results of a new federal map modernization initiative. The goal for the feds to update the flood maps in each community to get people protected who need to be protected. The process has been going on now for quite some time. It continues. Some maps in West Michigan, though, haven't been drawn yet, but it appears some are just getting wind of it. And the maps that were produced now unchallenged.
Most of your local units, they just basically set up a map in the lobby of the township hall, and if a guy like you happened to wander in and spot a mistake or something, they correct it, but for the most part, they were adopted as they sat.
Today, several experts we talked with said the maps are flat out not accurate.
FEMA was in a big hurry to digitize data. They were not overly concerned with if it was good data or not.
Kalamazoo County Assistant Drain Commissioner Jeff Van Bell says he's heard story after story of folks coming to his office saying they're being forced to buy flood insurance from guess who? Uncle Sam, even though they're on high, dry ground, far away from even the worst flooding Mother Nature can deal with us. This one from 2008.
The federal government, it was very clear in their intent here. They are looking for customers, not claims. And they are zeroing in on the counties, the low-impact counties all across the country, to pick up all these customers.
Customers to subsidize people in hurricane risk areas in the southern United States. He considers Kalamazoo County low risk. The problem with the maps is so widespread, though, and so well known, the U.S. House of Representatives passed a measure last week to stop any new maps from being drawn to review standards, and the way this is being done, still uncertain whether, though, that will become law. And there is a lot at stake, especially in Grand Rapids, where potentially 6,000 people on the west side of the city could be in a floodplain now and required to buy this insurance, tens of millions of dollars, just because the city's flood wall is a couple of feet short. A lack of common sense, many leaders say. Haley goes so far to say it's a government scheme to try to get more money, because as he's found, now that he's in the flood zone, congressional action or none, it's difficult and costly to prove he's really high and dry.
And if they keep on jacking the rates up even higher and higher with FEMA, nobody's going to be able to afford anything. It's just another power grab.
Just another power grab down just within the last couple of hours. FEMA responding to our inquiries. Leaders there say there's a period of time of review that people can make their cases that they are not in these flood zones. Quote, that's why during this collaborative process we work closely with local communities to ensure that any verifiable data that will strengthen the flood maps is included and incorporated. While the power to make legal changes to the program rests with Congress, we are committed to working with lawmakers and all of our stakeholders to make the program more effective and efficient for the public. We have FEMA's total response on our website, wwmt.com. If you have questions whether you are in a flood zone or not, we have a link on our website, wwmt.com, where you can find out if, in fact, you are now in a potential flood zone. We're live here in Grand Rapids. David Bailey, News Channel 3.